y'all, and welcome to Confessions of an Autism Mom. I am Amanda, and if you are new here, welcome, and thank you so much for joining our little community over here. I'm so glad you decided to join, and we basically talk all things autism, real and raw, transparent, open, very open over here. We are on this journey to heal and to learn together, and that's the biggest thing. It's a non-judgment zone. So welcome to Confessions of an Autism Mom. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you all for coming back. I'm so happy to have you all. So let's go ahead and jump on in today's episode of Confessions of an Autism Mom. I got Ayden's diagnosis. I was so lost. I was so confused, and I wasn't prepared for the word autism. I wasn't prepared for the level. I wasn't prepared for anything when it came to learning that my baby was on the spectrum. And not because I was ashamed, but because it was something that was completely new and I didn't know anything about it. So there are so many things that I wish I would have known prior to getting his diagnosis. To be honest with you, I don't think any parent is completely prepared to hear autism unless they have been down that road before with their other kids. This was my first child. This was my first time dealing with anything pertaining to a diagnosis, getting him checked for an illness. And it's not an illness per se, but just something that was different in life. I didn't have a great experience when it came to his primary care physician. And I also really didn't have a great experience with the psychologist. I mean, she gave me the diagnosis, told me he was level 3. The way she put it was, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get your note together because your baby really needs to get the help and get on wait list, which I did appreciate. But imagine getting that word and you're like, oh, he has to go to all these different therapies. That's really not a good feeling, to not have anyone to guide you or just be very direct in what needs to be done. I think it's so important that if someone suspects their child of being on the autism spectrum, to link up with other moms that already have a diagnosis, just so you can know certain things. It's not all bad. Having autism is not bad, but it is a lot, and you need someone there to guide and tell you, hey, it's gonna be okay. And that's the first thing I wish I would have known when I received Ayden's diagnosis. Due to me not knowing anything about autism, I did not think everything was gonna be okay because I didn't know what to expect. The only thing that I knew were the things that I was experiencing prior to him getting his diagnosis. One of the major things that I experienced that really broke my heart was that my baby stopped talking. He lost his voice. He was speaking, saying mom, dad. He was calling my mom by her first name, Lisa. He turned the lights on. He was telling us good night. And the most important thing that he was telling me that I love you. And that's something that I miss because I haven't heard it since he lost his voice. When you have no idea what autism really consists of or what it pertains, your mind kind of just wanders everywhere. And I wanted someone to tell me that it was going to be okay because the doctors, they don't tell you that. The psychologists, they don't tell you that either. They basically say, hey, your child may never talk again. We can put them in speech therapy so they can learn to communicate. Nobody wants to hear that, you know. They tell you your child won't be able to function normally. They tell you, oh, your child won't be able to do this or do that or ever respond to their name or make eye contact, and which is so untrue. But it's the fact of that moment in time, you really need someone there to say, hey, it's gonna be okay. It's not the end of the world. And there's a possibility that your child can do everything that the doctor is saying that he or she may not be able to do. Another thing I wish someone would have told me was to slow down and take it all in. Due to the fact, again, not understanding autism completely, I was still trying to rush things. And what I mean by rush things, continue working with him as far as making sure he hit certain milestones. And to be honest, doing that hurts you more than anything, because you have to understand that they learn differently. And until you accept that they learn differently and figure out how to work with your child and teach them the way that they are able to learn, you're going to go fast, you're going to rush, and you're going to hurt yourself, because you have these expectations for your kid, and your kid is really just trying to be happy and understand the world that they're living in. I didn't slow down until I started doing a lot of research on autism and talking to providers and just getting like the full understanding of what autism was exactly. Once I slowed down and lowered my expectations, and I didn't lower them because I didn't believe in him, I lowered them because I needed to understand him and accept the way that he learns, which is at a different and slower pace, because his mind is going a mile a minute. He didn't need me to be going a mile a minute as well. Another thing that I wish someone would have told me was to make sure that I take care of myself. I had to learn self-care along the journey. Like, I burnt out. Like, I became aggressive. I was crying. I was lashing out. And I realized I was so worried about making sure my baby was on point and had all of the resources that he needed, and that he was in speech and occupational, that I forgot about me. And that's why I talk about self-care and pouring into ourselves so much, because it's not a good feeling when you don't pour into yourself. And that was my biggest mistake. And now that I am open with my journey, I see moms that are raising kids that are older than Ayden. They always tell me, take care of yourself. And as a mom, I'm gonna find that 5 or 10 minutes. It can be me sitting in the car after I get off of work and just chilling for a minute. Sometimes I have to go in the bathroom and lock the door and just stand in there. But I find time for myself to just think, get my thoughts together, write them down. Drinking a glass of wine, tea, coffee, a bottle of water is just so refreshing. A thing that I love to do is I love flowers. So I have gotten in the habit of buying myself flowers bi-weekly. And that's like pouring into myself, because it makes me happy. I also like to spend time with my mom without Ayden. I love to hang out with my friends. Things like that is pouring into me without Ayden. But if you know, you already know Ayden is with me 100% of the time. Lastly, this is so important to me. I wish someone would have told me in the earlier stages to meet and converse with other moms and build relationships with other moms when I first got Ayden's diagnosis. Ayden is the only one in our family with autism, so I had no one to reach out to. Even though my family is completely understanding and they're learning autism with us and everything about it. But just having someone to call to be like, hey, I don't know what to do, or I just need to vent because I know where you're coming from. I didn't do that in the beginning. I may have waited till Ayden was 3.5, almost 4, and decided that I wanted to make friends and build my own separate community with other autism moms, like a sisterhood, because you do have to lean on people that understand the same journey. Because a lot of times you don't want family or friends to think, oh, she's complaining and her baby is healthy, things like that. Sometimes us as autism moms, we just get certain things, like we understand certain things, and that's just what it is, and it's okay. And that's the one thing that I wish I would have done as soon as Ayden got his diagnosis: socialize with some of the other moms besides just telling them hey when we went into therapy. And it makes you feel so much better, because I'm at the stage now on my journey where I am meeting moms, and I'm loving it. It's like this friendship in a stage of life that I didn't know I needed. But as we take different paths and go through different things, we always meet new people that we bond with, that understand what we are going through at that time in our lives. So if you don't take anything else from this video, I am telling you, build a community with other moms. Go to dinner. Look out for each other. Have each other's back. Have a text thread where you all can talk about every single thing. And that's the most important thing. You got to make sure you all have something in common. But just your dry sense of humor. I have dry sense of humor. Whatever your humor is, you want to make sure people understand it so you can laugh, love, and live this life with them. So that's all I got for you all today. I will see you all next time. Comment below and let me know things that you wish you would have known prior to getting your child's diagnosis, your grandchild diagnosis, if you're a caregiver, what you wish you would have known. I love to hear that from people. So I will see you all next time. Make sure you all like the video and share, and y'all have a great evening. Bye.